Hello everyone and welcome to Jesse's Drone Adventures. Today we're going to be doing some drone exploring and we're going to start with this canyon right behind me. Let's go.
Canyons like these always make for a great place to explore with a drone. You never know what could be hiding up on the walls or what could be buried at the bottom, especially during monsoon season when flash floods are frequent. Water can carry objects for many miles when it rains out here, often burying things even deeper beneath the silt, but other times it can reveal things that haven't seen the light of day in many years. One reason in particular that I love exploring canyons like these with the drone is there's always the possibility of uncovering cliff dwellings high up on these rock faces. The majority of the time I send my drone in to investigate, it is usually nothing, just small shallow caves that were carved out by years of erosion. But every once in a while I do get lucky, and in fact, last year I flew my drone down into a remote canyon far out in the desert, and from above it looked like nothing but overgrown brush, but when I sent my drone in for a closer look, it revealed something more. I'll be sure to link that video down in the description in case you guys want to check it out. But let's keep exploring. While I did have fun flying through this canyon and taking a closer look at some of those holes up on the rock walls, I wasn't finding anything too interesting, other than that blue garbage bin, which I'm sure probably either fell off the back of a pickup or somebody tossed it out there because they didn't know how to get rid of it. Either way, I packed up shop and drove further down the road.
I decided to pull over at this little rest stop on the side of the highway on the way to Globe, Arizona, and the wind is picking up pretty heavy right now. I've drove past this place probably dozens of times over the course of the last few years. Figured I'd get out and let nature do its thing. I also see this ravine over here, and it looks like there's a bunch of trash down there. And I thought, hey, this might be another place to do some drone exploring and see what we find down there. There's a chunk of sheet metal right down there. And then over here, looks like there's another one. Wouldn't surprise me if there's a couple car wrecks down there too.
If there's one thing that I've learned after flying drones in Arizona for 7 years and actively looking for random things in the desert, it's that if you see a sharp curve on a highway with a sign that says 45 miles per hour, followed by a steep ditch behind that curve, you can best bet there's already been some idiot in a Challenger or a BMW that sees those signs as a challenge, and this is what happens to them. No, I'm not saying that these cars here are a BMW or a Challenger, but you catch my drift. The location I'm heading out to now, I visited almost exactly 1 year ago. I was making a video on the Salt River Canyon Scenic Drive, and in the process, I found something on my drone I couldn't ignore. Many people in the comments kept telling me, you need to report this to the authorities, or at least send the photo and the coordinates to local law enforcement. Today, I'm going back for a closer look, and you'll see what I mean when I say, I wasn't supposed to find this. Once I got my drone up in the air, I started searching the canyon for said object that I was looking for. I haven't been out this way in a hot minute, and I didn't remember its precise location, which was okay because when in doubt, just search both sides of the canyon until you find it. I did have plenty of drone batteries, but it's a huge frickin' canyon. But here's a few things I found along the way. This highway has a lot of history, and other than the few things that I've already spotted, there are countless car wrecks down here, and unfortunately, lots of trash. I was getting ready to fly my drone back in to do a battery swap, and then I stumbled upon this, and well, I couldn't resist.
Did not plan on spotting that old cave or mining entrance, whatever you want to call it, but it's only a few feet away, so I figured, let's go check it out. Looks like there's a trail over here, and I can see some footprints. So it looks like people do come out here. Not gonna lie, this looked a lot more accessible from the point of view of my drone. Had a little bit of a rough time getting down, but it should be smooth sailing the rest of the way. I just don't want to be out here too long because the weather in this area looks like it could storm pretty good in the next few minutes, and you don't want to be down on the side of a canyon when it rains. No. Let's hope there's no freaking bears. Look at that. I'm not gonna go too far in there. Actually, I'm not gonna go any further than this because this looks like rattlesnake heaven. But you can see the old rails that they would put the carts on to haul supplies in and haul elements out. Definitely not gonna go in there. But this was still worth getting out, walking down, and taking a peek.
12 seconds later.
It is easily 15 degrees cooler in here. Go back in here a little bit, kind of against my own advice. Looks like there's a tunnel that goes to the right and one that goes straight in there. I'm not gonna spend too much time in here though. Probably bears, mountain lions, something in here want to eat me. So we're gonna head out. Just as I was getting ready to head back out, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a quick water break and just hang out in here. Could you imagine if as I'm talking to the camera, something in the darkness starts to appear? That would freak me the F out. Many, many, many years ago, back in the day, before I was even in the oven, this whole area and many surrounding parts was booming with mining out here. There are mines everywhere, probably throughout this canyon, further west, east, north, south, all around here. But some like this, you can't even see from the road because it's so overgrown, and if you're not looking down here, you would never know it's there.
After I made it back to my car, I realized that the mine shaft did not look like the one that I saw on my drone. I flew my drone back over and realized there's two. This is the one that I originally found on my drone, and this is the one that I hiked to. But wait, it gets better. As I was bringing my drone back to home base, I spotted yet another mine shaft. Let me know down in the comments if you want me to come back here and check them out.
Hi, Georgie.
Not too far away from these mines, I found exactly what I was looking for. This was the blue Mazda that I found last year, and it raised some great concerns in the comments section of my other video. If you look closely, you can see that 3 of the 4 car doors have been opened, as if after the crash, who was ever in the car made it out. But this is where the plot thickens. I scanned the guardrails to see if any sections of them had been replaced, or if some of them looked newer than others, to indicate this is where the car plowed through the rails. But I couldn't find any evidence of that. And if the Mazda did plow through the rails and Arizona Department of Transportation did fix them, why would they not remove the car? There are dozens of other car wrecks down here. Most of them are probably 30, 40 to 50 years old and further down the canyon, so I can see why they wouldn't remove those. But why not this one? And on top of that, I scoured the internet for hours looking for any articles or news headlines that talked about a blue Mazda crashing into the Salt River Canyon, but nothing surfaced. I did do my best to zoom in and see if there were any bodies still in the car, but from what I could see, there weren't. But there is always the trunk. Now, what I did see were 4 tires with some pretty good-looking tread and a shiny catalytic converter. Just kidding. Or am I? But when I do come back out here to check out the mines, I'm going to try to hike down to the Mazda and take a closer look, see if there is anything in the trunk, and try to pull a license plate or VIN number. But what do you guys think happened here? Be sure to let me know down in the comments. My money says that the car was stolen, and whoever was driving the car was either drunk or a really crappy driver, and once the car landed down in the canyon, they all crawled out, probably unscathed, and decided that although it's an unfortunate situation that they're in, it would be best if they did not report it, and most importantly, not say a word to anyone. If you do want to see the video that I made on the Salt River Canyon, where I talk more about its history and showcase more old car wrecks, I'll link that one down in the description, or just click the card at the end of the video. And speaking of old cars, I got another surprise for you. As we make our way out to the next location, I wanted to take you guys through the Mingus Mountains with me on Highway 89A. This section of road is a very popular travel route going from Prescott Valley to Jerome, Arizona. Wait, is it Prescott or Prescott? That debate never gets old, kind of like Jennifer Aniston. The Mingus Mountains were named after Joseph and Jacob Mingus, 2 brothers who settled in the area in the 1880s and later operated a sawmill near the base of the mountain. This is one of my favorite drives because up here, the sky is bluer, it's easily 20 degrees cooler, and nothing beats that fresh mountain air. It's also very peaceful up here, and I don't know what it is, but whenever I'm in the mountains, I feel like my brain can calm down. It's far and high enough away from all the hustle and bustle of everything going on in the city. Up here, you don't hear sirens, horns honking, people cussing at each other because traffic is backed up, and you don't hear annoying country music being blared at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday night by your neighbor who got fired from their job. And judging by the sounds of things, they have no intention of getting another one. But what do I know? Some of the wildlife that can be found in the Mingus Mountains includes black bears, bobcats, coyotes, elk, javelina, porcupines, raccoons, weasels, jackrabbits, gray fox, ringtails, and occasionally bald eagles. The mine you see here, or what's left of it, has always caught my eye when coming and going to the little town of Jerome. If it wasn't on private property with many no trespassing signs posted, I would totally go over there and explore it. But, I don't want to go to jail. This is all that remains of the Verie Central Mine, and by the looks of it, it'd make a pretty nice paintball course. Welcome to Gold King Mine Ghost Town, a ghost town within a ghost town, if you will. It is filled with many old vintage cars, motorcycles, trucks, you name it. There are countless displays with many interpretive signs, so you can learn a little bit about them. I got here about an hour before they closed up, and I did have enough time to walk around and check everything out, and without further ado, here's what I saw. Aside from the goats demanding head scratches and dozens of vintage cars, there is plenty more to see out here, including a gift shop located at the entrance. Now, I didn't want to show you guys everything because I wanted to leave you a few surprises and a few things to explore all on your own if you ever get the chance to come out here. I'll be sure to put a link down in the description for Gold King Mine Ghost Town so that way you can plan your trip. Always make sure you have adequate air pressure in your tires, and while you're at it, click that link in the upper left-hand corner so that way you can watch my video on the Salt River Canyon and the many car wrecks that I uncovered.